So, I welcome everyone and thank you all for joining us today. I'm Sumit and I'm excited to welcome you to our webinar on React with JavaScript. So, as many of you know, React has become a cornerstone for modern web developments. Today, we are going to explore why it's so widely adopted and along with its key features and applications. And I would like to introduce our speaker for the day, Ashish, who is an expert in front end development and has extensive experience working with React. So, we'll be walking with us through both the foundational concepts of React and some advanced techniques. So, before we begin, just a quick reminder, feel free to submit your questions throughout the session, and we'll have our time for Q&A at the end. So, without further delay, let's welcome our speaker for today, Ashish.
So
Ashish, it's over to you.
yeah, yeah, Sumit, thanks for introducing to me. First of all, thanks to everyone for attending the webinar. So let's start. Let me share my screen. So Sumit, my screen is visible.
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay.
You're sharing the
So
PPT, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
so the webinar topic is React.js with JavaScript. So first of all, we learn about JavaScript. What is JavaScript? What is the usage of JavaScript? Because we are using the React.js with JavaScript. So now let's start with JavaScript and JavaScript features, roles. What is the role of JavaScript in React.js? All things we covered on this topic. So basically, JavaScript is a lightweight cross-platform single-threaded interpreted language. JavaScript is a client-based and both are like server-based server-side scripting language. We also use in server-side also, like making a API using Node.js and also use in client side for creating the web application. The key features of JavaScript like interpreted language, lightweight and dynamic, object oriented, event driven. So first discuss about interpreted language. So the learn about JavaScript. So JavaScript is a lightweight cross platform single threaded interpreted language. JavaScript are client side and server side scripting both we use in client side and server side also. For server side we use in Node.js like creating the APIs, all kind of things for integrating the front end with back end, and the front end side we use for web application. The key features of JavaScript is interpreted language, lightweight and dynamic, object oriented, and event driven. First covered about interpreted language. The interpreted language means it run and compile the code line by line. If we have a code like where a equal to 10 plus 20, and in the another line console.log a, so it's first compile the where a equal to 10 plus 20, and after that compile the console.log a. So it run the code line by line, execute the code line by line, and if we have some error on the code, it display the error or occur the error on line by line. The another is lightweight and dynamic. JavaScript is a lightweight and we use it a dynamic for creating the website. Object oriented key characteristics of JavaScript for it uses the object oriented approach like class, object, inheritance, polymorphism, abstraction, all kind of features we also use in JavaScript for creating the web application. Event driven, we use events in JavaScript like on click, on change, all kinds of event, on mouse, on event. So this is the basic of JavaScript. So now the next step of introduction to React with JavaScript. So React is a JavaScript library for building the user interface and creating the web application for using React.js. React.js use component-based architecture. We create the component on it and use it in a multiple times for creating the web application. We have a virtual DOM concept in React.js. Virtual DOM is a copy of DOM. When we are creating the some component on in React.js, it re-render the particular component, not re-render the whole website. Virtual DOM use the diffie algorithm for re-rendering the particular component. The whole process are called this reconciliation in React.js. So the React.js basically we use for creating the declarative UI, component-based architecture, and it also use the virtual DOM. Use virtual representation of the DOM document object model, allowing for efficient update and improve performance. Virtual DOM also improve the website and web application performance because it re-render the particular things, not re-render whole website and whole web application. Advantage of React.js, the reusability of component. If we create a one component like user component and we need the user data in multiple component and multiple pages, so we use it multiple times and reuse the component multiple times on our project. Performance is the main advantage of React.js for like virtual DOM optimize the update, faster user interface, testability, component-based architecture make it easier, and we write the test cases and ensure the quality of our code. Community support in the React.js we has a large and active community providing libraries and support for developers. So setting up a React project. So first we install the Node.js, download and install the Node.js, which included Node Package Manager for package management. It manages the package and dependencies and all the libraries on the project. After that, we create the project, utilize create React app to quick create the project. The command for creating the project npx create React app and the project name. After that, start the server. The command for we use npm start and we also customize the command. If we want to customize, we also customize the command for run the project server. The real world use case of React and JavaScript for web application, mobile application, and AI integration, game development also. The web application we use React is widely used for building dynamic, engaging user interface for website. Mobile application we use React Native allow developers to build platform mobile app using React. AI integration React can be combined with JavaScript library AI to create intelligent and interactive user experience. For game development, we also use React and React Native for game development. Interactive integ- integrating React with JavaScript. For data fetching, we use multiple third-party APIs like Twilio, SendGrid, Google's Google API, Facebook API, Instagram, all kind of third-party APIs we also use in our React.js and integrating those in our project, fetching the data from these libraries and integrate those libraries. Also, we integrate the APIs like get APIs, post APIs, put all kind of APIs we integrate in our front end application using React.js. We also build our custom logic for creating the website. So React component and JSX component, it's nothing. It's just a piece of code. We use it. It's like a function. We use a piece of code and use in a multiple times. Basically, components are the building blocks of React application. There are two types of components in React.js: functional component and class component. The another thing is JSX, JavaScript XML syntax extension that allow you to write HTML-like structure within JavaScript code, re-rendering element and props and state. The props are basically we use to send the data from one component to multiple component, and the state is store the data of a variable and state. State basically just store the data. State management in React.js. We use state represent the data that driven the behavior and appearance of a component. Use state hook. This hook is used to manage the state of a function component. Redux is a basically State global state management. If we want to store our data in a project and use in a multiple times, so we use Redux 4 to manage the global statement, s- global management for the data. If we have a e-commerce website and we want to store the product data in a whole project and use in multiple times, so we use Redux for that, for global statement state management. So demo we create a project in React.js and create a one component and call it. So first we open the terminal, write the command here, npx create react app and the project name like example. I have already created one project demo, so let me share my created project. So the project is demo project. So here is the folder structure of React.js project. The first thing is public folder. In this folder, we contain the static assets like images, fav icon, index.html, the main file where the React app is mounted. In this, we also add the assets like CSS, HTML, images. It contain a root IDs, HTML, index.html. It contain a root ID which bind the whole project on it. The another folder is src. This folder is used for to developer for development. Here is the app.js is the main file where we call the all the component on it. So let's create a one component on src folder. Create a folder components. Create here one file demo.js. Import the react from react.js. Now create the component like open the terminal and run it. Using command npm start. Remove the default code from here and import the component like this. So see here, we import, write the one component, create a one component like demo, and import it from and uh, see the output from here, hello from demo component. So in the folder structure, we have package.json. Package.json have all the dependencies and packages. It maintain all packages and manage all kind of packages. So now you have question about webinar. So please ask.
Hi, Ashish.
Hi, Sumit.
Yeah, so it was a good session. So just had us one question actually.
Hmm.
So how do you handle API calls in React? Like, is
So
there
we,
any
yeah, we,
particular
mhm.
method? Let me complete just.
Okay.
Yeah, so is there any particular method or any particular flow that you should be going through, or like you can just use or call multiple APIs at the single in the single component?
So we use for integrating the APIs and calling the APIs in React.js for using fast method, and also use the library for like Exos for integrating the APIs.
Okay, but I wanted to know like how you handle multiple API calls in a single component.
Multiple call in a multiple APIs. So
Mhm.
we create the API wrapper for that and call it multiple times in our component.
Okay, that is good. Yeah, so that was from my side, just
Okay.
thank you.
Hi Ashish.
Fine.
Uh, Actually, I want to ask a question that how you optimize a React app.
So for optimizing the React app, we use multiple things in that. We use memo, lazy loading for optimizing our code. We use memo for memorize the code. If we want to use, we use one code to multiple times. For that, we use memo. So that use memo hook memorize the code and not re-render the component again and again.
Okay.
Hi, Ashish.
Ankit.
Actually, I have a doubt and question because when I'm working on a large project, I have faces a problem that. So I want to ask like how you control the components on a large projects.
So in a large project, you are saying the component about component, no? Yeah.
Yes.
So we create a folder and a hierarchy like we have a e-commerce project, and we know about that e-commerce project have a multiple things like a product data, order data, user data. So we create the folder structure like that to separate the home folder and the user folder, the product folder, the order folder, and the create the components within that particular folder which are related to particular things like orders, products, and users, and manage all component like that. If we use the multiple data, we use Redux for also managing the state and data on a project.
Okay, Ashish. I will try to implement the same to solve my problem.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Hello, Ashish.
Hello.
So I have a question that if I made my React application, so where can I deploy that or host those applications? Are like their paid services and some free also?
Yeah, we also deploy in Vercel. Vercel is free for deploying the React project.
Okay, got it.
So is there another question or we end the webinar?
No, Ashish, I think that's the end of the session. So you
Okay.
can just, yeah.
Okay. Thanks everyone.
Yeah, thank you, Ashish.
Yeah.